to even stand. Passed out, there was no warning. Wait for the outstretched hand. My soul will always find you, no matter where you are. You're always near but not so far. From the saber blade, with the power of the saber blade, with the power to destroy, we'll touch the rainbow stars tonight. In the moonlight shining, take them all out from behind. In their eyes now blinding, so slice them all, born to vaporize them all. Now feel the everlasting power of the saber blade.
Yeah! Man, oh man, AJ Styles is back, man! Oh my goodness, man. Let me ask you something, bro. How does his hair become more beautiful every time we see him? I don't get it. His hair gets better looking, and I'm losing my hair every time I fucking come on here. I do have hair under the hat. You guys saw that at Survivor Series. SmackDown tonight, man. Very good show. Probably the best show that I've had, I would say, in the last several weeks tonight, man. Focused. Roman's back. Randy Orton. AJ Styles. LA Knight. Carmelo Hayes. Oh, man. And yes, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan was arrested, man. Life in prison for Liv Morgan. We're going to talk about everything that happened on Friday night tonight, man. I thought tonight was a very, very good show. United States title tournament. Roman Reigns challenged by Randy Orton for the Royal Rumble. Can't say nothing wrong about SmackDown. I will say, though, if you're drinking a Budweiser or a Coors Light, get out. They are not welcome in the venue, okay? I don't give a shit if it's cold. That's where we're going, man. We're going to the OTS venue. Inside my mother's basement. I got my cold beverage. Hopefully you guys got yours as well. And when I get there, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? We'll see you over there. Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my mother's basement. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Listen, man. How many of you Liv Morgan stands out there, man, crying tonight, man? Liv Morgan arrested for possession of marijuana, man, in Florida, of all places. I'm not surprised. I'll be down there in 2 weeks. I don't smoke, though. Ladies and gentlemen, there is this terrible narrative going around the IWC that, JD, he's changed. Yeah, you're fucking damn right I changed. You're damn right I changed, man. Do you want to know why I changed? Because I had my eyes set on being the best damn fucking post show, the best damn live show, the best damn pro wrestling content creator covering WWE, AEW, and whatever else the fuck I want to cover. We're no longer operating out of a small basement apartment in the Bronx, man. I moved up. I got a $100,000 car sitting in the fucking garage. I got the best damn live stream in the entire fucking community. #1, mind you. And everybody comes here to hear this opinion first. Why? Because I do it better than everybody, man. So yeah, I did fucking change for the better. Nobody else in the community changed. I don't know what the fuck everybody's talking about, man. Everybody's still behind their stupid little fucking graphics that they made on Microsoft Paint. They got fucking camera quality that's reminiscent of the 1980s. And sometimes Denise, it sounds like she don't even have her fucking microphone plugged in, man. Amateurs. Amateurs, man. Let me tell you something. Tonight, we're drinking. Everybody in the venue, man. Buy one, get one free on me, man. I'm in a good mood tonight, man. Try one of those, Tony Cola Old Fashions, man. TK needs an old fashioned. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there, man, but hopefully they right the ship. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on the podcast tonight. We're going to get into this SmackDown post show. We got a lot to talk about. Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, LA Knight, AJ Styles. Enough of me blabbing. I'm going to go upstairs, and I'll see you guys in a little bit, man. Man, I don't know how you watch those content creators, man. It looks like they had fucking thumbnails made by a 6-year-old. I don't know, man. I don't know. But everybody seems to hate on me, man, when I talk logic and common sense here, man. I'm sorry that my narrative doesn't fit yours. I'm sorry. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the OTS venue. I'm JD from New York. This is your SmackDown post show for December 15th. We're already halfway through the month, man. Santa Claus is on his way. 10 more days. I hope you get nothing but a fucking box of coal in your goddamn stocking, man. I'm JD from New York. It is Friday night. Thank you for joining me wherever you may be. SmackDown tonight, man. It was a decent show tonight, man. That Triple H cooking, man. Oh, yeah, Triple H is cooking. Oh, JD, he's anti-Tony Khan. I'm hearing Ring of Honor was a great show tonight, man. Go enjoy it, man. All 6 of you fucking geeks out there who watched the show tonight. SmackDown. We had a ton of stuff happening tonight, man. We got Roman Reigns on the show. I know some of you guys are very pleased about that. Randy Orton is now full-time, going head-to-head with Roman Reigns, potentially at the Royal Rumble. LA Knight's in the main event scene. AJ Styles is back. Man, we got some interesting stuff brewing at the top of the card in WWE on Friday night. I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't really care to see Jimmy Uso in another main event, but I thought what they did with AJ Styles was a nice little cliffhanger, man. AJ Styles is a fan favorite. A lot of people wanted AJ Styles back in the WWE, and he basically said, fuck you to LA Knight. Yeah. Clotheslining him. After a post-match attack on the Bloodline, it came to save the day, and LA Knight didn't know what hit him. I don't know. Now, I don't know if it's AJ turning heel, but, I mean, if you're going to return and then attack legitimately the number one babyface on the entire show, then I think that makes you heel, man. I don't think the crowd is going to take too favorably to that one. So we don't really know yet, but by my guesstimation, doesn't look good for AJ Styles. Now, it's probably not a heel turn. I think he'll probably explain himself a little bit next week. It's one of those wait and see, let's see it play out. Let it play out type of situations. Because AJ Styles was put out by Roman Reigns in the Bloodline. LA Knight got his title shot robbed from him at Crown Jewel by the Bloodline. Randy Orton was out for 18 months thanks to the Bloodline. They all have a case for wanting Roman Reigns. I don't know where they go with the Royal Rumble. I don't know what they do at the Elimination Chamber. But Roman has no shortage of opponents before WrestleMania and hopefully dropping that title to Cody Rhodes. So, very interesting situation on Friday Night SmackDown, and we will get into how everything transpired tonight on the show. Also, the United States Championship title tournament. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far, man. We had 2 very good matches tonight, one better than the other. But man, oh man, is Carmelo Hayes ready for the big time? I think so. I think the man has been ready for quite some time. I know everything happens when the time is right, but Carmelo Hayes showing you tonight why he should be on the main roster. And hopefully that happens imminently after a rumored feud with Trick Williams on NXT, which I think we'll see him and Trick Williams play out at Stand and Deliver going into WrestleMania weekend for NXT. I think after that, Carmelo is going to say goodbye. He's going to pass the torch to Trick, and that's the right thing to do. And I think he's going to be ready when the time comes for that. He's already there. Same thing with Braun Breaker. I mean, Braun Breaker, I don't know how many times he's going to experiment with those spray-on beards like he's Hollywood Hogan, but I think Braun Breaker's ready for the main roster as well. Get those 2 guys called up after WrestleMania, and they were the first 2 guys legitimately to be handed the keys to the NXT kingdom when it was absolutely god-awful. It's gotten a little bit better since then, but I think it's only right to call those 2 guys up at the same time, and I think that's what they're really waiting for. I think it's only right to call them up at the same time because they both carry NXT equally, and I think they should get called up and be called up together. So I think that's what's going to happen, man. That's my prediction there. But Carmelo Hayes with a great performance tonight against Grayson Waller, and Kevin Owens and Austin Theory, man. Austin Theory, you guys got to start really opening up to Austin Theory, man. He is a fucking great professional wrestler, honestly. I think he's amazing. He's going to be so good, man. He's so young, and he's already putting on banger matches like this. I know he's not there yet as far as interest and his character, but he had a banger match with Kevin Owens tonight. Kevin Owens and Carmelo Hayes now looking at a match together next week in the semifinals, along with Santos Escobar and Bobby Lashley. So this United States title tournament, man, playing out pretty nicely. And Kevin Owens is still my odds-on favorite to win this entire thing and get Logan Paul at the Royal Rumble. And then we got a very cryptic vignette from Karrion Kross. And I see a lot of people talking about Karrion Kross, WWE hitting the reset button on him. I don't know if this is going to be the thing that gets him over the hump. I hope it is. I hope they have a long-term vision, a long-term plan for Karrion Kross. The guy's too good to be sitting back and doing nothing. It's just the wrong place, wrong time type of deal for him. But I see a lot of people making reference that Karrion Kross may be leading a faction on Friday night. And I see two names in particular, a tag team in particular, getting thrown around as his new muscle. And I see AOP, who are signed to the WWE that have not been debuted yet, or they have not made their return yet to the WWE. AOP returning with Paul Ellering to manage Karrion Kross, or back up Karrion Kross. I think that would be fucking fantastic. I think that would be great. If that's the direction that they're going, and Paul Ellering on TV with AOP, I think that'd be great. Now, AOP doesn't really have, the most budding personalities, but they got to carefully construct that to make it feel meaningful, man, because a lot of people tend to think that about Karrion Kross, that he's got this thing about him where it's just not interesting. And AOP wasn't really lighting the world on fire in NXT or on the main roster. And yes, that was a Vince McMahon-led WWE at the time, so it's going to be very interesting if they are the two. They are paired with Karrion Kross in a faction, what Triple H is going to do with them. So we will see what happens there, but I see a lot of people talking about AOP, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's not really a bad idea. That'd be a great way to introduce them back to the main roster and hit the reset button on Karrion Kross. So we will see what that means and what they are doing with Karrion Kross. But I thought tonight, SmackDown was a very, very good show, man. WWE, they are firing on all cylinders, man. I know that December is usually a dead month. There's nothing really going on interesting in December, and we usually have a dead month until we get to that first Raw of the new year, and then WWE starts the year off with a bang, and then we're on the way to the Royal Rumble. WWE, man, they're not skimping. They're not. They're putting on solid shows. They're making the shows meaningful. Monday Night Raw is loaded on Monday. I mean, anything but what Vince McMahon was doing. Triple H ain't having none of that, man. He's not. Triple H is cooking in this new administration. So we will go over everything that happened tonight. I want to thank you guys very much for joining me here on the podcast. Tonight, we have a brand new sponsor. We have a brand new sponsor on the show tonight. Tonight, we are sponsored by JamesAllen.com. If you guys want to customize your engagement ring, yes, that means you're going to have to go out and find yourself a female, you IWC degenerates. Wow. I may be jumping several steps ahead here, man. Half of you don't even know what a female looks like. Tonight's stream is sponsored by JamesAllen.com. Customize your engagement ring or jewelry piece today with James Allen and get 25% off. You guys are going to click the link pinned in the live stream chat and click the link down in the description and in the pinned comment, in the comment section. Thank you to JamesAllen.com for sponsoring the show. We'll talk about my friends at JamesAllen.com a little bit later on in the show. Follow me on social media, man, at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo.
Oh, well, JD, you're a virgin, man. You're 41 years old and a virgin.
I love how all the IWC sleuths know exactly about me and my personal life, man. Great. Follow me on X, man, at JD from NY206. X, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Man, we're 120 subscribers away from 100 151,000 subscribers, man. Thank you guys very much for all the support. November, and December have been fantastic months. And we're getting ready, man. We're getting ready for the Royal Rumble. Can't wait. Can't wait. Go check out all the content on the channel, man. Today we uploaded a very good discussion. My guy Jesse and myself talking about the lazy creative of Tony Khan coming out of Wednesday's Dynamite. Great discussion. I urge you guys to go check it out. If you don't really watch the streams, I uploaded a nice 16-minute clip, man. Everything you need in that clip. Go check it out. We'll have extra tomorrow, man. Apparently Sasha Banks is coming back to the WWE. It looks like TK fumbled the ball on Mercedes as well, man. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Also, we'll talk about Liv Morgan getting arrested, life in prison for Liv Morgan. Not really. And Charlotte Flair, injured, man. She's got to go back to the manufacturing department, man. She needs new firmware. Charlotte out for 9 months. Maybe when she comes back, she'll have that antivirus program. But we are looking at a WrestleMania without Miss Charlotte Flair. Not that that's a bad thing or anything, but I wish her the best in a speedy recovery. And Kenny Omega diagnosed with diverticulitis. I wish him the best, man. So supposedly he's missing World's End after they announced the match on Wednesday. Very weird. It's a very weird thing to do, man. I think they kind of knew what was going on with Kenny Omega, and they sent him out there to wrestle Ethan Page last week and go out and cut a promo to set up a match at the pay-per-view, knowing that the man was very ill. The fuck is going on over there, man? Ridiculous. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show, man. You guys want to ask me anything, ask away. Super chats are yours. Priority with the super chats. Hit that join button as well, man. Become a member right here on Off the Scripts. You get to drink upstairs and down here in my mother's basement, man. Legitimately. So make sure you guys hit that join button, become a VIP right here on OTS. And hit that thumbs up. 1,000 likes minimum tonight on the SmackDown post show. Man, I love the soundtrack that we got, man. I can listen to these songs all day. That Dragon Force song is a fucking banger, man. Oh, my goodness, man. You want to get pumped up at the gym, you listen to some Dragon Force, man. They got a new album coming out, I believe, on March 24th. Can't wait. Get myself prepped. Dragon Force Day. Anyway, let's get into SmackDown. SmackDown opened up with, obviously, Roman Reigns. He showed up. Right away, we get the Tribal Chief back on Friday Night SmackDown. No mention of Roman Reigns and CM Punk at all. He didn't mention Phil Brooks whatsoever. Commentary didn't mention anything about Punk. Nothing. He wasn't even there. Roman Reigns made his ring entrance, and you just feel a shift. You feel like the show is like uber important when Roman Reigns is there, man. Everything is just taken to the next level when he's on the show. You see and feel what the show is like when Roman Reigns is not there. Everything that he is a part of is just instantly taken to the next level. It's great. So Roman Reigns is in the middle of the ring. Green Bay, acknowledge me, he says. It wasn't his best, acknowledge me. I guess he doesn't like Green Bay too much. It's too cold. He told fans to shut their mouths because they were being very rowdy. Reigns says he wouldn't have had to say that if they kept their mouths shut and the booze down. He says he's there to celebrate since it's the holiday season. He says he's a good boss and a fair tribal chief. He said when someone is doing well, they praise him. He said when someone does poorly, they smash him. But that's not happening tonight. He talked about a man who knows how important representing the family is, and he is next in line. Fans then chanted for Randy. Yes, Randy Orton. They want Randy Orton to be the next in line. So he said, no, it's not about Randy. Jimmy is anticipating his name called, and in the background, Jimmy is like rubbing his hands and he's smiling and he took off his jacket and he's anticipating Roman announcing that he is getting a promotion, that he's going to be the next in line, the next boss. Jimmy Uso. Paul Heyman's over there looking at Jimmy Uso like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, watching this guy take his jacket off. Bro, you're not who Roman Reigns is talking about. So he said, Jimmy. Jimmy got all excited, but he thought Roman Reigns was going to announce his name. Jimmy, join me in congratulating your brother, Solo. Jimmy was dejected. Reigns turned and hugged Solo. Solo is getting the tribal chief rub. So what Roman Reigns did here tonight was basically plant a seed for when he is not there, that Solo Sikoa is going to carry on the bloodline whenever that day comes. We don't know when. It could be WrestleMania. We don't really know. So Solo Sikoa is going to be the next in line. He's going to be the next tribal chief, and Roman Reigns says so. So this is basically what we already know. Roman Reigns is just putting an exclamation point, a stamp of approval on what we already know. Randy Orton comes out. Randy Orton interrupts. Orton is out there. We go right to commercial break. We come back, and Randy Orton's in the ring, microphone in hand. Orton said, for 18 months, I've been thinking about this moment and what he wanted to say. He's been thinking about this moment for 18 months. He stepped towards Roman Reigns and said, I am coming for you. He said the bloodline took 18 months from him, so he's going to take everything away from Roman. And he pointed at the WWE Universal Championship. He says he's going to go through every one of his family members to get the job done. He said it starts tonight and ends at the Royal Rumble because I am challenging you to a WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble. Fans chanted RKO, RKO. Reigns, he then goes into partial shoot mode here. Reigns said, that sounds like the fans think you deserve a title match. Reigns says he hasn't thought about Orton at all these last 18 months and then started to laugh. I doubt Roman Reigns thought of Randy Orton at all. He says he hasn't done anything to earn the opportunity, so you can go to the back of the line. This is crazy, he said. He says you just can't show up and get the opportunity against the tribal chief. That's not how it works. Roman Reigns has some common sense. It's amazing. So he goes on to say, go listen to those voices that are going off in your head. There are levels to this, and I am levels above everyone else. He said the voices in his head telling him not to cross the tribal chief are right. He says he isn't ever coming back if he comes after him. 18 months, that's child's play. If you come after me, you're looking at retirement, Roman Reigns says. Orton says he can see that Roman Reigns has changed for the better and has evolved and now is a legend. He says he's changed and evolved as well. He says what he will always and forever be, and this is the line of the night, what I will always and forever be is a legend killer. And he leans into Roman Reigns and kind of looks at Roman Reigns when he says that. Love it. Loved legend killer Randy Orton. He went for a quick RKO on Roman Reigns. He kind of went for it out of nowhere, legitimately. Surprised him, but Reigns slipped free and retreated back into the ropes with Paul Heyman, Solo, and Jimmy right there with him. Orton then kneeled and told Reigns, maybe you should start thinking about me. So the voices in his head are talking to me right now. He paused and he made believe he was listening to the voices in his head. He said the voices just told him that Reigns might have shit his pants because of the RKO. He looked at Roman Reigns and said, Daddy's back. He dropped the microphone, and that was the end of the segment. This was great. Legend killer Randy Orton teased. He's coming after Roman. No explanation needed, really. I mean, they put him through a fucking table, wrote him off television. He's back after 18 months. He wants revenge. It's simple as simple could be. There really is no explanation here. There really is no need for me to go into detail why, blah, 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 blah. Randy Orton's back. He was put out by the Bloodline. He wants revenge. He's beaten them all already. There's only 2 before he gets to Roman. The problem with Randy Orton and him challenging Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble is that he's not the only man that wants a shot at Roman Reigns. There are other people there on the brand that have had to deal with Roman Reigns while Randy Orton was out for 18 months, 2 of which are LA Knight and AJ Styles. LA Knight has had his run-in with the Bloodline. He had John Cena to back him up. John Cena's not there anymore. AJ Styles was also put out by the Bloodline a few months ago, and now he's back. So what are we going to do? It creates a very interesting development in the main event scene on Friday Night SmackDown. Honestly, this is the most stacked the main event scene has looked on SmackDown potentially all year on WWE television. It's amazing what happens when everybody's at full health. Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, LA Knight, AJ Styles. We need a couple more names. And SmackDown will be just fine at the top. Now, clearly, Roman Reigns has to lose that championship. It would be a lot better off if Roman is there every week, which he's not. But Roman Reigns eventually is going to lose that championship, and we will have a full-time champion back on the show on a regular basis. It's partially the problem. But, man, we got several different avenues that we can go in. Who gets Roman at the Royal Rumble? Roman never agreed to the match with Randy Orton. He basically said, no, I'm not giving you a match. Get to the back of the line. You just don't come on SmackDown, sign a contract, and then automatically get a championship match. There are levels to this. Get to the back of the line. Work your way up. Do we get LA Knight versus Roman Reigns? Do we get AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns? Do we get a multi-person match? I mean, Nick Aldis. This is my prediction here. I was the first podcaster in the community to give you this take 2 weeks ago. You're going to start to see people talk about this more and more and more. You just know where you heard it first. You heard it here first. I genuinely think that Nick Aldis is going to be a thorn in Randy Orton's side, and Randy Orton basically signed with SmackDown because Nick Aldis promised him that he has something that Adam Pearce cannot give him, and that is the bloodline. That is Roman Reigns. That is a shot at the World Championship to get your revenge. I don't think Nick Aldis is going to be that easy to give Randy Orton a championship match. I think Nick Aldis is going to side with Roman Reigns, come to his common sense, do something logical here, and LA Knight, AJ Styles get an opportunity before Randy Orton does. I don't think Randy Orton's getting the match at the Royal Rumble. I don't. I don't think that's the time. I don't think that's the place for it to happen. WWE is going international in February for the Elimination Chamber. You want to one-up what you did in Montreal, right? I don't know if that's even possible in February this year with Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns. I think we do Roman and Randy at the Chamber in Australia, mega international main event. Now, right now, Roman Reigns is not advertised for that show, but things could change, obviously. I think what we do is get AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton in a triple threat match to determine who gets Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. I think AJ Styles pins LA Knight, and AJ Styles gets the opportunity against Roman Reigns. You got to understand that LA Knight, I understand that he was robbed, and I know he wants revenge, but I don't think LA Knight is even going to come close to winning the championship. So why are we even in this situation with LA Knight to begin with? I don't understand it. He's not winning the championship, so why beat him again? If anything, you guys should be booking LA Knight to look strong going into his eventual WrestleMania match with Logan Paul. I don't know how we get there. I don't know how they pivot from Roman Reigns to Logan Paul the Universal Championship to the United States Championship. This is why I wouldn't have him in this situation. I think we get a triple threat match. I think we get AJ Styles pinning LA Knight. And I think AJ Styles gets the match at the Royal Rumble. That's my prediction. Then we get Roman and Randy in February. And then LA Knight, you do whatever you got to do with him going into WrestleMania, which right now, Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States Championship is probably where they're going to go. Doesn't make sense otherwise. And honestly, I feel that Nick Aldis, how you play Nick Aldis into this storyline, I think Nick Aldis is going to be a thorn in Randy Orton's ass and be a stern, strict authority figure towards Randy Orton, which eventually leads to Nick Aldis coming out and saying, you want to wrestle? Let's do it. Or Randy Orton wrestling, Nick Aldis calling him out, wanting a match with him. Because right now, where is Randy Orton going at WrestleMania? I mean, there are a couple of options. We could do Randy versus AJ. We've seen that already, though. I don't think anybody's going to be interested in that. You could do Randy versus LA Knight. I mean, if you want to keep LA Knight in this situation, maybe Logan Paul isn't even LA Knight's opponent at WrestleMania. Maybe we do Randy Orton versus LA Knight and they give LA Knight a major WrestleMania match against Randy Orton. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. But everybody seems to think that AJ Styles, right now, the reason he's back is because he's getting the match with Roman at the Royal Rumble. LA Knight getting Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Randy Orton, if that actually does happen, what does Randy Orton do at WrestleMania? I talked about this 2 weeks ago. Nobody else talked about this. I was the first one to call this shit out. You want to go back even further. I called it out with Drew on TNT a few weeks ago. Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis could potentially be your WrestleMania match. Randy Orton versus Solo Sikoa? Randy Orton versus Jimmy Uso? No. Randy Orton versus nobody in the bloodline. How are you going to go and lose to Roman and then all of a sudden get your revenge by beating Solo Sikoa? It's like you're working backwards. No, you didn't win the championship, but I'm going to beat Solo Sikoa and then pretend to get my revenge on the bloodline. No, you only get your revenge on the bloodline by beating Roman, which he's not going to do. I don't know. So we could see a couple of different things play out here, honestly. But right now, it's a very intriguing main event scene on SmackDown, and I don't really know which way they're going to go. So I'm very much looking forward to what happens, especially with the cliffhanger at the end with AJ Styles seemingly turning heel on LA Knight. Grayson Waller versus Carmelo Hayes. He doesn't miss. We had a video package airing on Carmelo. For those who don't know him, I am him. We had clips air of several NXT matches, and he ended with his catch line, when he shoots, he doesn't miss. It's great. Carmelo Hayes is ready for the main roster. I love that they have vignettes and promos like this ready to go. So if you don't know who he is, now you know who he is, where you can find him, what he's been doing. I love it. They didn't send him out there cold. They gave you a nice introduction to him. He goes out there, does his thing against Grayson Waller, and boom, now you're a fan. Great. Absolutely perfect. Grayson Waller, Carmelo Hayes. This was a very good match. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I did not expect Carmelo Hayes to win this match. I did not. I thought Grayson Waller was going to go on to wrestle Kevin Owens in the semifinals. They surprised me with this one. Carmelo Hayes beats Grayson Waller to advance in the United States Championship title tournament by beating Grayson Waller here in about 10 minutes. Logan Paul did a picture-in-picture. He did a promo before the match, and Hayes was making his way to the ring when they did the picture-in-picture. Paul mocked Carmelo and said, this would be the only time he'll be in a SmackDown ring. He concluded by calling Carmelo Hayes a random guy. I don't know, man. For all we know, Carmelo Hayes could win this tournament, and Carmelo Hayes could be at the Royal Rumble wrestling Logan Paul, which I would not mind at all. What a match that would be, huh? He called Carmelo a random guy and felt sorry for Grayson Waller that he had to be in the ring with this random guy tonight. So, I enjoyed what these two guys did here. They're very familiar with each other. They worked NXT before. We go to a commercial break. We'll pick it up after the commercial break. Waller slowed things down with a side kick before the commercial. Hayes worked his way back. He did a springboard fadeaway, jumping off the second rope with a, I guess, backwards leg drop. Waller rolled to the outside. He rolled back in. Hayes clotheslined Waller over the top rope. We go to commercial break. So we come back. Waller is in control. He's got a headlock on Carmelo in the middle of the ring. Waller landed a double stomp, took control. He then hit a rolling flatliner for a 2 count after Hayes tweaked his knee. Not really, but it was a story in the match. Hayes fought back. Bunch of punches, kicks. Hit a nice looking face buster for 2 on Grayson Waller. Carmelo goes to the top. Waller cut him off. Landed, I don't know what the fuck it was, man. Some weird, flippy DDT-like maneuver with his leg. I don't even know what to call it, but it looked great. Planted Carmelo right on top of his head. Corey Graves said, I never seen that one before. I don't even know what to call it. We'll just call it a DDT. Hayes fought back with a kick. He hit a springboard DDT of his own for a near fall. Waller went for his finish, which is that roll through the ropes. Hayes countered with the, I think he landed nothing but net here. He landed his setup move, which he calls the first 48, and then he went to the top and landed nothing but net for the 1, 2, 3. So that was basically it. Carmelo Hayes wins. I was actually surprised by that. I was certain that Carmelo was just brought up here to get an NXT talent some rub. They go down in defeat. Grayson Waller wins. He advances to wrestle Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens takes both he and Austin Theory out of the tournament on his way to the finals, but they didn't do that, which I'm pleasantly surprised by. So Carmelo Hayes wins. He advances to the semifinals. He's got just as good of a shot to win this entire tournament as anybody else does. And I like the fact that Carmelo won, because if Grayson won, it would make the semifinals too predictable. With Carmelo winning, a match against Kevin Owens is not as predictable as it would be with Grayson Waller. It is really a toss-up between Kevin Owens and Carmelo Hayes. Now, I'm going with Kevin Owens, as Kevin Owens was still my number 1 to win the tournament to begin with. And I think Kevin Owens gets his match against Logan Paul because they've already teased it before the tournament even started. Kevin Owens and Logan Paul at the Royal Rumble. Carmelo's going to look like a superstar in this tournament, and then he'll go back to NXT, feud with Trick Williams. He'll be revealed as the guy who attacked Trick Williams all along. They'll get a match at Stand and Deliver, and then he'll get called up on the Raw after WrestleMania. That's my prediction. So I'm glad that Carmelo won, because it creates a nice unpredictable environment going into next week's SmackDown. Randy Orton was backstage. He ran into LA Knight. Yeah! And he noted how the bloodline numbers can work against Orton later on tonight. Orton said he and Knight are good, so let's keep it that way. Apparently, Randy Orton said, I didn't need your help last week. LA Knight's like, well, if I wasn't out there, you were going to get your ass kicked by the bloodline, so you should be thankful that I was there. Basically what LA Knight was telling him. So Orton said he and Knight are good. Let's keep it that way. Knight should stay out of his way, though. If we're going to keep this thing good, you need to do me one thing. Stay out of my way. LA Knight reminded Orton that if there's one man to take everything away from Roman Reigns, it's going to be LA Knight. Yeah. And that was basically that. So it is looking like there's some trouble in babyface paradise over here. Kevin Owens. He went one-on-one with Austin Theory. Another first-round match in the U.S. Championship title tournament. This match went almost 15 minutes. This was a banger match. I'm going to need you guys to do me a solid, man. You have to start opening up and realizing. I know he's not everybody's favorite pro wrestler. I know he's not everybody's cup of coffee, okay? Austin Theory is a great professional wrestler. How old is he? 24, 25 years old? He's a baby. And he's this good. He's been putting on banger matches with everybody he's out there against. He's a great pro wrestler. Now, he's not where he needs to be, obviously. There's a lot of growing and a lot of maturing to do, and he's got to grow into a character, which right now he doesn't really have. He's just a cocky prick. But I'm loving where he is right now, especially teaming with Grayson Waller. I would absolutely put the tag team titles on both of these guys. Absolutely. I think the Creeds versus Grayson Waller and Austin Theory sounds like a damn good match to me. I think that is the way to go. I think the Creeds beat Judgment Day on Monday Night Raw and win the tag team titles. I think it's about time. I think it's about time we start splitting the Judgment Day up. I think Damian Priest, get him out. Damian Priest is going to go on a babyface run. Let's create some animosity there. Let's get Priest angry with Judgment Day. Let's get Judgment Day angry with Priest. Let's get that briefcase off of him. He cashes in, fails because of Balor and the rest of Judgment Day, and then boom, we're on our way to Balor and Priest at WrestleMania. I think that's going to be those two guys' WrestleMania match. But I think the Creeds, being the recipient and the benefactor of Judgment Day losing those tag team titles, is a great idea. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, I would absolutely build. Now, I don't know if they're going to keep one singular set of titles or are they going to split, the World Heavyweight Tag Team titles and the WWE Tag Team titles. I don't know what they're doing. Just looking at what WWE has done with the rest of the championships, I could see them doing that, right? The World Tag Team Championships and then the WWE Tag Team Championships. I just have a feeling that Triple H is going to split the championships up and put one title on Raw and one title on SmackDown. I don't think that there are enough teams to really set a tag team division right on both shows. I don't. There are tag teams. We could make tag teams, but I would love to see a singular set of titles float across both shows, and I think it should be very reminiscent of what the women's tag team titles are. I've always said, why are we getting one set of rules for the women's tag team titles, but the men's tag team titles don't follow that same set of rules? I don't get it. But I just have a feeling we're going to go the same route. WWE tag team titles on one brand, World tag team titles on the other, and then we get two rosters, two divisions, two sets of titles. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller on SmackDown hold the titles, Creeds on the other, and then we just move on from there. Hopefully they have enough to sustain a full division. I don't know. But that's what I would do with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. But man, when he's in the ring one-on-one, he's putting on banger matches. So Logan Paul cut another picture-in-picture promo during Austin Theory's entrance. Logan Paul said Owens dresses like a fifth grader and Owens should stitch sleeves back onto his shirt because he essentially looks stupid. So we go back to the ring and we get this match. Owens was working on Theory's arm. The two traded strikes until Owens landed a senton and sold his hurt hand. He hurt his hand because he punched both of these guys in the jaw. Theory rolled to the outside. Two fought on the apron. Owens kicked Theory to the floor. Owens to the cannonball. Theory rolled back into the ring. Theory was on the apron, and Theory hit a neck breaker over the top rope. The two are fighting on the apron, and Theory suplexed Owens on the ring apron, and we go to commercial break. Really, really rough-looking spot there. So we come back from commercial break, and both guys are battling on the top rope. Owens headbutted Theory down to the mat. Owens landed a big frog splash, but as he came down, his hurt hand hit the mat, and he stalled before making a pin attempt to sell his hand. So he got a pin, but it only got a 2 count. Owens went back up top, tried for a senton. Theory got his knees up for a 2 count. Theory fired up, stomped away at Owens. Theory ran at Owens, and Owens got a boot up. Owens then stomped the mud hole in Theory in the corner. Owens landed a shoulder block and a DDT. Goes for cover, gets a 2 count. Owens hit a super kick, went for another cover. Austin Theory kicked out. Owens went to the top, and Theory cut Owens off with a springboard seated Spanish fly off the top rope. Theory went for a superplex, but Owens countered into a package suplex of his own. Theory again rolled to the outside. So they're out there. Theory punched Owens over the guardrail, and Theory returned to the ring. Owens barely made the 9 count, kept the match going. He gets in and beats the referee's count at 10. Owens ran into a punch. Austin Theory delivered a rolling blockbuster, very close near fall. Owens kicks out. They go back up top again. Owens pushed Theory, which Theory fell into a tree of woe. So now he's hanging upside down in the corner. Owens followed up with a cannonball. Swanton bomb off the top. Another close near fall. Crowd is eating out of the palm of their hands, loving all of it. Owens went for a stunner. Theory caught Owens, blocked it, kicked Owens' hand. The two went back outside, and Theory rammed Owens' hand into the ring post before stomping Owens' hand on the ring steps. I thought this was it for Kevin Owens. I thought Austin Theory was going to win this match with this spot on the outside, working on the hand. So ultimately, we're back in the ring. Theory ran at Owens, and Owens all of a sudden responded with a punch to the face with the cast on his arm. Referee didn't disqualify him. Austin Theory goes down. 1, 2, 3. Owens covers Theory, and it was a cast-assisted punch that did Austin Theory away and eliminated Theory from the United States title tournament. After the great match that they got, yes, it made sense. Yes, the cast should have knocked him out if Kevin Owens punched him in the face with it. Sure. But I think after a great match and going nearly 15 minutes to advance to the semifinals, the ending that we got looked a little anticlimactic after the great match that we got. I expected more of a big move, near fall, pinfall, right? And Owens wins with a fucking stunner. Crowd goes crazy. I mean, after the punch, it looked like and sounded like the crowd didn't really know what to think. It's like, all right, he won, but that was it? But we're happy he won. That was it? I expected a little bit more from that. But it made sense. It made sense. Owens wins. He advances to the semifinals. He gets Carmelo Hayes in the second round. And I think that's going to be a very good match. Kevin Owens versus Carmelo Hayes, man. Looking forward to that big time. And I think Carmelo Hayes has a shot of winning it. I do. It's a very unpredictable match. Do I think he wins it? No. I think Kevin Owens wins the match. Kevin Owens advances to the finals. And I think Kevin Owens and Bobby Lashley are going to be the finals of this tournament with Kevin Owens getting the victory. And I say that because I think Santos Escobar next week is going to unveil his new legado. I don't know why they're doing that match. I don't know why that match is a thing, because Bobby Lashley's hot, can't lose. You want to establish him as a credible threat, right? And Santos can't lose. But I think if you protect Santos enough and give him some muscle and some backup, I think that would be great. Seriously. Or maybe Ray just costs him the match, or Dragon Lee costs him the match. I think somehow, some way, Santos is going to be uber protected next week, but take a loss. And I think we're looking at Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens in the finals of this tournament. I could be wrong. But I think Kevin Owens eventually wins the entire thing with a broken arm. That's the story. Roman Reigns. He was shown backstage, and he was with the Bloodline. So he's in the back, and tonight he wanted the celebration. Someone's got to shut Randy Orton's mouth. Reigns said it sounds like a job for the... Oh, actually, no. Jimmy said it sounds like a job for the heir to the tribal chief back there. He's pointing at his brother, Solo. Reigns says, listen, it's promotional season. You get the job done against Randy Orton alone. Just imagine what's in store for you in the Bloodline. So Jimmy said, yeet. Roman looked over at him, and Roman looked very irritated. And Jimmy looked at Roman and said, no yeet. Roman doesn't like to yeet. WWE certainly does, as they are selling tons of yeet merchandise for Jey Uso. A vignette aired on Karrion Kross. He said, this place is about to be recycled. He called it an urgent world affair. He said everything was set in motion when he walked through the door, and now they're at the threshold of a new beginning. Everything is about to crumble. Can you see it yet? Soon, you will. Now, I don't know what he's talking about, but I mentioned in the open that a lot of people were discussing that AOP, the Authors of Pain, with Paul Ellering, could be in a stable with Karrion Kross going into the new year. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know what's going to happen. But I think Karrion Kross, I think we all know he needs a reset. And I think he needs a new presentation. But is anybody confident in WWE to get it right with this guy? I feel like we try, and nothing seemingly works with Karrion Kross. I don't know. I hope it does, because the guy's uber talented. Maybe a babyface turn is what he needs. Maybe we drop the bullshit. Maybe we drop the fucking creepy, cryptic, end of the world, doomsday shit that nobody's really invested in. Nobody could really get invested in. They want to invest in the character. How many doomsday, how many, end of days types of characters do we see in pro wrestling, man? I know it's the cool thing to do, but maybe they want to know who Kross is on a more personal level. Maybe a babyface role is needed for Karrion Kross. Just my prediction. Or just my opinion. I don't know. Is it going to work out? I hope so. Triple H clearly has a lot of faith in him. Triple H is clearly a fan in him. Hopefully they know what they're doing. Kevin Owens. He crossed paths with Cameron Grimes to the moon. Where's Cameron Grimes on television, man? Why isn't he in the tournament? More Cameron Grimes. He's too good. Hopefully in 2024 we get a little bit more Cameron Grimes. Said he wishes he could have hit Theory like that. Kevin Owens thanked him. Caleb Braxton then approached Kevin Owens about facing Carmelo Hayes next week. Owens said almost 10 years ago he showed up on Raw and faced John Cena. Carmelo then walked up to him conveniently and says he has a ton of respect for him, but he needs the win more than he does. He says he's not going to punch him in the face, and he's not going to run over him. Pretty confident. Looking forward to it. We got a video airing on Bayley. This was pretty interesting, man. I know a lot of people are looking for Bayley to be kicked out of Damage Control, which has sparked Sasha Banks returning to the WWE rumors. But Bayley, in this video that aired, said that they just saw an example of why she created Damage Control in the first place. She said she knew Io Sky was special from the word go. Io said it's her era. She said no one will stop her, and she's the most powerful champion in WWE. Bayley said they're stronger than ever with Kairi Sane and Asuka alongside of them. Asuka said no one is ready for them. Dakota Kai said it's time for them to raise the bar and change the game. Bayley said that the Kabuki Warriors are going to win the Women's Tag Team Championships. And then Io holding her championship. Bayley is looking at the Royal Rumble, and Bayley is going to challenge Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship and win that one, or the Women's World Championship. So Bayley is predicting that she will win the Royal Rumble, challenge Rhea Ripley, win the Women's World Championship. Io has the WWE Women's Championship, and then Asuka and Kairi will have the WWE Tag Team Championships. I mean, I like the sound of that. But, I mean, are we over Damage Control? Is Bayley an odds-on favorite to win the Royal Rumble? I'm assuming that Bayley will go deep into the Royal Rumble, for sure. But with the Sasha Banks rumors, I don't know, man. I could see Triple H making good for Mercedes to come back. You know, I could see her thrusted right into that title picture again. I could see Mercedes win the Royal Rumble. I could see Mercedes challenging Io or Rhea. I could see Mercedes win the Royal Rumble, or I could see Mercedes coming to back Bayley when she's eventually booted out of Damage Control and challenge Kyrie and Asuka at WrestleMania. I could absolutely see that happen. But for all the rumors that we're hearing, AEW is going to get Mercedes. Mercedes Moné is going to AEW, this and that. It doesn't look like Mercedes is joining AEW. I don't know why Mercedes would want to join AEW. There's nothing over there. The women's division is awful. They haven't done anything to better the women's division. Mercedes probably saw that and said, fuck this shit, I'm out. They had some sort of agreement. That agreement seems to be off the table. She was always meant to go back to WWE anyway, even if she did go to AEW. But the injury, I think, put a damper on those plans. And now we're looking at Sasha Banks potentially returning at the Royal Rumble, which is a big deal. It really is a big deal. And with Vince not there, which is primarily the reason why her and Trinity left WWE to begin with, you know, Vince and John Laurinaitis, fucking asshole, laryngitis, and Bruce, who's nothing more than a mere puppet right now. Things are different. She's always been a Triple H girl. She grew up in NXT. Why wouldn't she want to go back home? And I advocated for Mercedes to go to AEW. I was looking forward to it. But seemingly they don't want to change. Mercedes wants to be the best she could. She's not going to be the best she could in AEW. It's going to get old very quickly. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Oh, but JD, you changed. You changed, man. You're so pro WWE now, man.
Sorry, guys. You don't like the truth? Go take a walk. Go watch somebody else who's gonna say a bunch of bullshit and not mean anything they say. Sorry you don't like what I have to say, man. Sorry that it doesn't fit your narrative. I apologize. Go watch somebody else who wants to fucking create this and paint this beautiful picture that everything's gonna be all right. Fuck out of here. Anyway, guys, listen. I'm gonna take a step away. I got a word from my sponsor tonight, man. JamesAllen.com. You guys, if you need to customize your engagement ring or your jewelry piece today, JamesAllen.com is the place. And they're giving you 25% off to do it. All you need to do is click the link that I pinned in the live stream chat. Click the link that I pinned in the comment section down below, or the link that I provided in the description of this very video. Today's podcast is sponsored by my friends over at JamesAllen.com. JamesAllen.com knows every love story is unique and different. That's why they're making it very easy to design custom engagement rings at up to half the price of traditional retailers. Choose from over 200,000 certified conflict-free diamonds, both earth-created and lab-created. Then just pick your ring setting and your metal. JamesAllen.com is the fastest online growing retailer of engagement rings and diamond jewelry, and they've already been a part of over 200,000 engagements around the world. Got a question for you guys, man. Is yours next? JamesAllen.com is the online destination for designing a customized engagement ring or fine jewelry piece that they will love more easily than you ever thought possible, and saving up to 50% compared to traditional stores. Now, once you pick your diamond, you can see it magnified 360-degree view, so you can see what the actual diamond looks like up close in HD on your phone or your computer. You guys can walk into a jewelry store and look at their diamonds under a magnifying glass, and you still wouldn't get as close a look as you'd get on JamesAllen.com. You guys can pick from hundreds of ring settings available in different metals like platinum, white gold, rose gold, and yellow gold. JamesAllen.com comes with a lifetime warranty, free resizing, engraving, and a hassle-free 30-day return. Customize your engagement ring or jewelry piece today with James Allen and get 25% off by clicking the link in the description. Once again, guys, if you want to make the process as great as possible, James Allen, 25% off. Click the link in the description, and I want to thank them for sponsoring today's podcast right here on Off the Script. Oh, man, oh, man. JamesAllen.com, man. Go get your engagement rings today. You know, first of all, you guys got to go meet a female first. That's number one. Number two, you got to have a job, steady job, consistent money coming in, take her out on a nice first date, wine and dine her, right? That's the thing now, right? I know half of you guys, listen, man, McDonald's and Starbucks is not going to cut it, man. Come on now. Come on. This is why I'm trying to get you guys prepped and ready, man. I'm already giving you the final stage, okay? Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me on the podcast tonight. We're going to finish this SmackDown post-show off the best way we can. We got the ladies in action, the Kabuki Warriors against Zelina Vega and Mia Yim. I'd be lying if I paid much attention. If I told you I was paying much attention to that match. Don't really care. And then we got Randy Orton versus Jimmy Uso with the cliffhanger of AJ Styles. Did he turn heel? Or is he going to be a babyface? I don't know. All we know is that he's got that beautiful flowing long hair, man, that seemingly becomes more majestic as the weeks go on. I don't know. Very envious and very jealous of AJ Styles' hair. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back upstairs. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications because you're going to want to stay tuned to what we got going on here. And make sure you guys get those super chats in. We're going to hang out with our cold beverages in just a little bit for last call. But I'm going to go back upstairs. We're going to finish this thing off. And we're going to finish off SmackDown right here on OTS. Man, oh man. Run out of breath running up those stairs, man. Holy shit. Anyway. Asuka and Kairi Sane. The Kabuki Warriors, they're back. The Kabuki Warriors are back. Michin, Mia Yim, and Zelina Vega. This one did not go long at all, honestly. And this one was very predictable. This got maybe... I don't know, 3 minutes of TV time. So, Michin and Vega, they actually got a lot of offense in this match. I don't know why they got so much offense in this thing, but they did. So, Michin and Vega attacked Sane and Asuka from behind during their ring entrance. We went right to commercial break. When we came back, Sane and Asuka had control. They were working over Mia Yim on the outside. Back in the ring, Sane hit a running elbow on Mia Yim before following that up with a flying forearm. Goes for cover, gets a 2 count. Asuka tagged in, and a double team kick took out, I believe it was Michin. Asuka then worked Michin's arm. Asuka slapped Michin and went back to the offense, spinning back fist. Michin countered into a roll-up. Michin hit a suplex, and Sane tagged in at this time, got the hot tag to Vega on the other end. So we got Sane and Vega in. Again, a lot of offense for the babyfaces here. Vega ran wild, worked over Sane before landing a running knee for a 2 count. Vega then hit a hammerlock DDT. She set up for the 619, still using Ray's maneuvers. But Sane came back with a back fist. Asuka tagged in, worked the Asuka lock. Vega countered into a pin. Vega tagged in Michin. Michin hit a headbutt, and Sane broke things up. We go to the outside. Sane slammed Vega onto the announce desk. We go back in. Michin fired up. Kairi distracted the referee. And Bayley ran down to push Michin off the top rope. Sane tagged in to hit the insane elbow. And that was enough for the win. So, You could easily tell what WWE is doing here. You know, it looked very bleak for Bayley. And the signs were there, and Bayley was basically 1 foot out the door in damage control. From my point of view, it looks like they've kind of reeled that back in. They're not doing it just yet. Bayley seems to be working cohesively with damage control right now. Things are looking all right. I think they put a slow stop to it for now because I do think that Mercedes is coming in. And I think Mercedes is obviously going to be teamed with Bayley and paired with Bayley. It's just a shoo-in for her in this. Bayley gets kicked out of damage control. Bayley needs backup. A familiar foe in Sasha Banks comes back to save the day, and we're off and running with the Boston Hug Connection, or whatever the fuck they were calling themselves, back against the Kabuki Warriors. Long-term booking at its finest, folks. There you go. I like it. Not a bad match. These 4 ladies put on a decent match here on SmackDown. Jimmy Uso was shown backstage talking to Solo Sikoa. Jimmy said something didn't feel right, and things felt like a setup. Jimmy then asked Solo, hopefully you would tell me something if things didn't feel right here. So he feels like Roman is setting him up. He looked at Solo. Solo didn't answer him immediately. And then Solo said, I'm your brother. And then kind of flexed his thumb. Flexed the Samoan spike. Tightened his fist. Jimmy eyed it. And then he looked a little nervous before going out to the ring to wrestle Randy Orton. I don't know what's going on with Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso is clearly the weak link of the bloodline. But what else does he got to do? What other role does he fit in? I don't know. We had a nice vignette on Santos Escobar saying he's never faced Bobby Lashley before, but when he's done with him, Lashley won't show his ugly face again. And we got a vignette with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Lashley said Logan Paul is the United States champion. He said the tournament is full of wrestlers Logan thinks he can beat, but he's the exception. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins chimed in, and Lashley said Santos is just standing in his way. Should be a decent match. I don't know what they're going to do there, but I'm not really going for Santos to win. I'm not. I think Santos loses to Bobby Lashley, but they protect him next week on SmackDown. Randy Orton. He goes one-on-one with Jim Uso here on Friday Night SmackDown in the main event. I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. I am tired of seeing Jimmy Uso in the main event on these shows. He's not a main event guy. He's not. It's ridiculous how far and away Jey Uso has come as a solo performer, and Jimmy is like a fucking comedy clown of the bloodline. There's one thing that SmackDown is missing. It's really missing a huge main event presence on a week-to-week basis on these shows. I want a true main event. Like, I'm tired of the bloodline beating the main event. I'm tired of, wrestler A wrestling henchmen of this faction in the main event just to get to the fucking ball. I'm tired of it. It's the same shit. It really is. It's just very economic, very basic fucking booking. It takes no brain power to book like that. Just tired of seeing Jimmy Uso in the main event. We know he's a fucking scrub. We know he's a fucking henchman of Roman Reigns that's just doing his bidding, and he's going to lose. It's not a main event match on a Friday Night SmackDown. Orton worked over Jimmy. Began the match with some kicks and some punches. Jimmy then went outside, and we got a commercial break almost immediately. Orton had the upper hand after a commercial break. Slammed Jimmy on the commentary table not once but twice. Orton rolled Jimmy back into the ring for a 2 count, worked over Jimmy's arm. So Orton was in complete control here. He got Jimmy in the corner, landed some punches. Jimmy eventually started to come back. He came back with an enziguri and a hip attack on Orton in the corner. The Samoan hip attack. Jimmy returned some punches in the corner to Randy Orton. Orton hit a thumb to the eye. So he took control. Orton then set up for the draping DDT, but Jimmy instead body dropped Orton to the outside. Orton was selling his knee on the outside. We go to another commercial break. So we come back. Uso is in control still. He ran into some Orton clotheslines. Orton landed a snap power slam. Uso found himself on the apron, only for Orton to finally hit the draping DDT. Orton set up for the RKO, but Solo Sikoa's theme music hits. Randy Orton turns around, but when Sikoa walked to the ring, LA Knight's music hit, and LA Knight came out to save Orton and attack Solo Sikoa. Jimmy looked on. Orton hit an RKO. 1, 2, 3. And Randy Orton wins the match. After the match, LA Knight walked to the ring. Roman Reigns comes out, attacked LA Knight from behind. Orton hyped himself up while Roman was in the ring. Outside the ring, rather. Roman got into the ring. And then Randy Orton and Roman Reigns started throwing some punches. They brawled. Jimmy eventually got back in, so it was a 2-on-1. LA Knight got in there to help. Solo got back in there. So now it's 3-on-2. It's Solo, Jimmy, and Roman against LA Knight and Randy Orton. They're clearly down a man. AJ Styles' music hits. He's the equalizer. He's on the ring apron. He's setting up for them a phenomenal forearm. He nails the phenomenal forearm on Roman, and he gives the babyfaces the upper hand here in this post-match brawl. Styles, all of a sudden, looks at LA Knight after this attack, the bloodline retreat, clotheslines LA Knight, and he leaves the ring. Randy Orton looking at him like, bro, what the fuck did you do? We're all on the same page here. All of a sudden, he leaves the ring. He walks right by Roman Reigns, looks at him, and then he walks up the aisleway. Roman didn't know what to think. The bloodline didn't know what to think. Heyman's looking there confused just like the rest of us. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what happened here with AJ Styles. He was dressed in all black. He came out like a fucking hitman, did AJ Styles. I don't know what it means. Honestly, I'll tell you what, man. You know, these are the things that I think about. It looked like when AJ Styles left the ring, when he attacked LA Knight, he left the ring. I legitimately thought he was going to stand next to the bloodline. I thought he was going to join the fucking bloodline. He walked right by him. Nobody knows why he did what he did. So, the match itself, I mean, did anybody expect Jimmy Uso to win? No. Randy Orton wins in a very predictable match. But the cliffhanger at the end, we don't really know if AJ really turned heel or not. We all know what he wants. He wants Roman. Roman's a heel. AJ's a babyface. So if AJ Styles gets a match, he's got to be a babyface going into a match with Roman Reigns. But he attacked the babyface in LA Knight. He's going to have some explaining to do to explain his way out of that one. He attacked the biggest babyface possibly in the entire company. So the reaction that you get next week might not be very favorable to him. So I don't know what WWE is going to do, man. It's a cliffhanger indeed. But AJ Styles is back. The main event scene on SmackDown, seemingly back at full strength. And we're missing a lot of guys there, man. Missing a lot of talent there. But I'm glad that AJ is back, man. His presence was sorely missed, and so was Roman's, honestly. Thank you guys for all your support, man. I really appreciate you hanging out with me tonight on the post show. We are going to get into your super chats in just a second. Please make sure you guys go check out my sponsor for tonight's show, JamesAllen.com. Click the link I provided you guys. Pinned it in the live stream chat. It's going to be in the description, and it's going to be pinned in the comment section. If you guys need to customize an engagement ring, I know a lot of people tend to get engaged on Christmas or around Christmas. It's the thing to do. Or need to customize jewelry, man. JamesAllen.com's got you covered with 25% off. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter or X, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go check out all the other content on the channel. And hit that thumbs up, man. Let's try for 1,000 likes on tonight's SmackDown post. Wait a minute. Let me shut Doc off. Apparently, Drew tagged me in something here, man. What do we got? What do we got? Let's see. Here's my guy, man. Listen, man. Andrew Baydala, my guy Drew, is not even here. And we're going to play something. He just texted me. He said, play this on the show if you want. So I'm going to listen to him because it's probably some good stuff. So Andrew Baydala, he's going to speak to us right now via Twitter. And let's see what he has to say, man. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta shut this off. Hold on. There you go.
I normally I'd be in bed right now, but I'm gonna give a quick little audio version of this because the DMs don't stop. I've seen the YouTube clips of people, your journalists who went on shows and everything else like that and talked about how Sapp, Alvarez, Meltzer, JD, Alba, whomever you want to name, are not going to break the WBD, WWE rumors or the news. Well, no shit. That take is so lazy. Obviously not. It's not going to be broken by one of them because it's going to be broken by a major news outlet or media conglomerate. Or it might be broken on TNT during an NBA basketball game.
I said this yesterday.
Or announced by the Wall Street Journal or the LA Times or the New York Times or the Sports Business Journal. It's not going to be broken by one of your wrestling journalists because your wrestling journalists that you want to, pat on the back all the time and everything else like that are acting like spoiled children at Toys R Us who didn't get what they wanted. Why don't I have this information? Feed me this information. The reason they don't have the information is because the boys and girls who they have access to inside the wrestling industry don't have this information. Your really high up journalists who have an immense amount of respect for have good storyline driven material because they are given access to that by the boys and girls. Returns, where the storyline's headed. Storyline driven stuff, you won't find any much better than Sapp and some other people because they have access probably to the boys and girls. They don't have access to some high level executives at Endeavor and WBD or anywhere else. They're not talking to Triple H and Nick Khan. They're not talking to WBD executives.
Oh, shit. I clicked them off. Fuck!
Executives, they don't have access to them. But I can tell you there's a ton of smoke to this fire. And a lot of executives at Warner are saying that this is a real possibility. If you want to find answers, ask the right questions to the right people. Trust me on that. But do better. Stop being lazy with these takes. Seriously.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. But the IWC is full of lazy takes, man. The IWC is full of lazy takes, though.
Oh, it's not gonna be reported by Sapp or Nick Houseman.
It's great. It is a real story. It is a real deal. We've always given our opinions on something, man, good or bad. I don't understand what the problem is. No, guys, it was a recording on Twitter. I just retweeted it. If you guys want to go listen to the clip yourself. God, you guys are fucking slow. Yeah, sorry guys. I accidentally clicked my DMs, man. I got like 3 unread DMs. Like, let me click this, man. It'll still play. Nah. Man, you guys send me news. Drew says, we got the news right unless something changes. Of course we got the news right, man. Drew knows his shit. How many times I tell you, Drew's not going to put something on the show live if he doesn't have at least an iota of information. Let's get into these super chats. Thank you guys for the love tonight, man. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. He says, "What's up from Walla Walla? I hope all is for well, my friend." Thank you, Michael Krause. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Adam Casper coming in. Adam Casper coming in with a $100 super chat. He says, JD and Drew, keep up the amazing and awesome work on TNT. Thank you so much, brother. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much, man. Michael Krause, thank you, brother, and thank you for the new membership. What the fuck are you drinking, brother? Joseph Taylor, JD, I saw you block a guy I follow on Twitter called AEW Superfan. Yes, because AEW Superfan is a fucking pimply-faced, degenerate virgin who loves to think that there are no other opinions and that it's sunshine and rainbows in AEW, man.
Oh, I don't watch the YouTubers anymore because they're always so negative about AEW. Look at them clickbaiting, man!
I mean, I would love if anybody can refute what Jesse and I talk about every Wednesday. Most of the time, you can't. What did Roman say tonight? There are levels to this, man. I'm at the fucking top. Not only do we look the best, we sound the best, but my God, man, you want fucking pro wrestling discussion that nobody else is gonna bring to the fucking table. You come here. I'm not afraid to say something. You should already know that, man. It's the reason why we've been so fucking consistent over the last 6 years. People would rather me hear the truth. Yes, let me go out on social media and on YouTube and fucking be something that I'm not, man. Yeah, I can't wait to go to the scrums, man. Let me be positive about AEW, man. Fuck out of here. Tribalism dies as soon as I open the doors to this fucking venue, okay? He wants to go cry that I blocked him. Cry away, bro. I'll go to Stop and Shop tomorrow. 2 for $4 on Kleenex. Cry me a river. Rat the Well with a $5 super chat. Not sure yet what anyone else thought, but I think this was a great show. Rat the Well is a very good show tonight. Michelle Moran with a $2 super chat. Say goodbye to Jimmy and the Bloodline after the Royal Rumble. I don't really care about Jim Uso. I don't. Vampiric Rage with a $1.99. Did you hear about Liv Morgan's arrest? No, I didn't, man. Does somebody want to tell me about Liv Morgan's arrest? What happened? Was she, what was she arrested for? Cocaine? What was she arrested for? Gun possession? What was she arrested for? Guys, please tell me Final Battle did not end just now. Did Final Battle end at 12 o'clock? Was Final Battle still going on? MGM Ballin'! $9.99 Styles attacking Knight kind of makes sense. It was looking good for him to challenge Roman until he got attacked. Then LA Knight got a spot. That's So I guess they're going with the jealousy angle. Yeah. Bro, are you fucking kidding? By the way, and Ballin, thank you so much, brother. Love having you here. That is ridiculous, man. Final battle just ended? Bro, that show should have ended at fucking 10:30. TK is never gonna learn, man. What Ring of Honor show needs to be 5 hours? Did Athena lose? Please tell me Athena lost. Athena lost and is being promoted to Dynamite, right? Eddie Kingston got a piss break match? Why did Athena win? Bro, that is ridiculous. I'm sorry, man. Like Tony Khan is trolling us now. Ballin, thank you so much, brother. Flamio with a $20 super chat. It's amazing how much WWE's become the place for long-term booking, and now AEW is not. Appreciate you, JD. Just got paid, so take my money. Get ahead. Flamio, I won't take your money, bro, but if you're offering $20 in the super chat, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. AEW is not the alternative anymore. It's not. The quicker AEW superfan and people like that wise up to that, the better. The better they will be. The more sleep they'll get at night. Adam Casper with a $5 super chat. Thank you, brother, for the 105 earlier. JD, keep up the amazing and awesome work. I'm enjoying Twisted Tea. Twisted Tea is good, man. A little too sweet for me. My max is 1. Delightful with a $4.99. Why do I feel like they aren't going to have anything important for LA Knight at Mania? Logan Paul. For's it with a $1.99. No one. AJ Styles is back. License Evil Ways. Scripps with a 28 months. Thank you, Scripps. Hey, JD, 28 months and counting. You are the best. Thank you, Scripps. 28 months. What the fuck are you drinking, man? It's a long time. Appreciate you. Elizabeth McConkey with a 279 Canada. She leaves me the Bloodline 1. We the ones. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yuri Lover with a $5 super chat. JD, please send your thoughts for me and my senpai. I almost lost him last night due to suicide, and I prevented him from offing himself. My thoughts and well wishes, Yuri Lover. It's a terrible situation. I used to have an ex-girlfriend that I moved to New Jersey with many moons ago who was suicidal. She basically tried to kill herself while I was sleeping. Don't know why. Don't know why. Found her when I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. She's laying in the fucking bathroom, cut her arm up, had to take her to the emergency room. True story. Don't. Life is precious. Blurred Lyrics with a $10 super chat. I personally don't think Roman is losing this title. If he holds it until September, October 24, he breaks Hogan's 1,400-plus day title reign. If so, would you want to see Cody Roman 3 at WrestleMania 41? Or is that it? Roman needs to lose at Mania in Philly. No more. He should not surpass Hulk Hogan. Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan, and Roman Reigns. That's it. It's not my fault WWE wanted to have the title on Hogan. I wish Hogan was fucking cut half of the fucking days he actually had the title. It was awful. Every time you looked, Hogan lost the title, won it right back. Michael Bellin with a $10 super chat. I just want to give a shout out to the greatest podcast in the IWC and wish everyone in the chat a Merry Christmas, and to the IWC Messiah, OTS for life. Thank you, brother. Happy holidays, man. Adam Casper with another $10 super chat. Adam's the MVP tonight, man. The Creeds would be awesome if they win the Undisputed Tag Team titles. The Creeds are great. The Creeds are great. I think they win Monday. Alex from Phoenix with a $9.99. Thank you, Alex. A lot of top guys in the WWE are in their late 30s, early 40s. In my opinion, we need to start building the younger guys to have longevity. But what do you think, JD? Alex, the guys at the top right now in their late 30s, early 40s, they're still banging out great matches, man. You need a mix of top-level veteran talent along with the younger talent to mold them and get them ready, man. By the time those guys are set to retire, the new class or the new crop of talent is going to be where they need to be, man, with several years of TV and experience under their belts. Candell Jordan with a $9.99. Today I graduated with my bachelor's degree in kinesiology. OTS got me through a lot of long nights. Hashtag OTS for life. I need salute emojis in the chat for Candell Jordan, man. Congratulations, brother. Are you not familiar with No One AJ? No, I'm not, Forzit. I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. If it's Impact or TNA, AJ, no. No mas. Judgment Day, Mike Harper with a $5 super chat. Maybe Cross needs to go bald again. I watched him in NXT as a badass, but since debuting on SmackDown, I just don't feel the same way about him anymore. Bro, the hair is not the issue. He looks better with hair than without. Will Chisholm with a $5 super chat. When Bayley said Asuka is the brain of Damage Control, I think that's the tease of her as the new leader after they turn on Bayley. Thank you, Will, with the $5 super chat. I'm going to read the actual wording that Will Chisholm wrote to me, bro. Bro, you got to spell check. You got to spell check your super chats, man. Will Chisholm says, and I quote, when Bayley said Kaka is the Bryans of Damage Control, I think that's the tease of her as the new leader after they turn on Bayley. Spell check, brother. Please spell check your super chats. Adam Casper, thank you again, man, for the $100 super chat. Candell Jordan becomes a new member. This guy is getting a bachelor's degree in kinesiology, and he's now a VIP in the venue. Candell, thank you, brother. Basic with a $1.99. At this point, what are AEW's options? I'll tell you what the options are for AEW, man. Split the fucking rosters, and TK needs to hire a writing team. That's it. Problem solved. We need a hard reset for AEW. We need to go back to year one, man. Start it all over. But they won't do that because they have too much pride and they will never admit when they're wrong. David Rodriguez in the chat. I see you, bro. JD, I seriously want to thank you for everything. You have been family for the last 5 years, and I have been through some shit. Proud of you. Thank you, brother. Adam Casper with a $5 super chat. I was watching the Knicks at Phoenix while listening to your post show. Go Knicks. The Knicks are the Knicks, and I would say probably the Giants, Jets are the only New York sports franchises that I don't really mind. Everybody else, get out. NY Photo Bomb with a $20 super chat. JD, I love the show. What is your opinion on the quiet nature of the TV audience on WWE televised shows? It's nothing like the Attitude Era. These crowds these days just seem dead. Well, photobomb, not all of them are dead. It depends on where WWE goes. Some of the crowds are very loud. I mean, Puerto Rico was incredible. Montreal was incredible. WrestleMania is typically incredible. You know, it all goes with the show. If the show sucks, the crowd's going to be quiet. The city also has a big determining factor on that. They go to these Midwest cities, nobody's going to give a shit. Chicago, New York, you know, Los Angeles. Those are crowds that are really going to be vibrant and loud. They're wrestling towns. But also, you can't tell what's real and what's artificial anymore because WWE's piping in so many fake crowd noises, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You just don't know. Will Chisholm with a $5 super chat. How does the first 2 years of AEW feel like 10 years ago? Tony acts like he can book anything and the fans will take it because he's not Vince. And he's not the alternative anymore. That's the problem. And he's panicking. King Jackson 252 with a 199. Just want to say I love your channel. You do great work. Thank you, King Jackson. No, you guys know what I mean. Not Chicago, like Tennessee and fucking Louisiana, Mississippi. I guess that's the South. Whatever. Or like Corpus Christi. Or Barely Alive, Pennsylvania. Wilkes Barely Alive. Yeah, you don't want to go to places like that. Adam Casper with another $10 super chat. Adam, thank you for the generosity tonight, man. Maybe Creed Brothers versus DIY at WrestleMania. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Adam Casper with another 50 in super chat. This guy is fucking crazy tonight, man. When do you think we'll see more AEW matches set up for World's End? Probably the week before, knowing Tony Khan. By the way, Drew and I will be attending World's End, and we may have a VIP meetup. I'll let you guys know once I nail down a location. I don't really know the area over there by the Nassau Coliseum too well, but if anybody wants to reach out with some recommendations for a great bar with some great food, and that's not too far at all from the Nassau Coliseum, I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. Nate the Spider Hunter with a $5 super chat. That Liv mugshot looked hot, JD. I gotta riz her up on Instagram soon. Me and her will be the Florida prison couple. OTS for life. What is grass? I will say, man, Liv is a beautiful woman with or without makeup. She's up there for sure. And for Zit with a $4.99. Laughing my ass off. It was from Impact around 2010. AJ Styles changed his theme, started wearing black, and became a lone wolf. Tonight felt like that, AJ. Theme rocks. I believe you, brother. I just didn't watch Impact. It wasn't my jam back in the day. I am not going to the Rumble as far as I know right now. I'll be here, and we'll be live. Guys, I'm about to get out of here, man. I appreciate you guys very much for joining me on the post show tonight. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Thank you for your generosity tonight, fellas and ladies. Appreciate you guys very much. Go check out all the other videos that are on the channel right now. I have more content coming tomorrow. We'll talk about the top stories in pro wrestling tomorrow. I'll have some extra for you. Hit that thumbs up and check out my sponsor for tonight's show, man. JamesAllen.com. Adam Casper with a $5 super chat. Wilkes Barely Alive does have good breweries. Of course they do. What else is there to do out there? Anyway, guys, I'll see you tomorrow right here on Off the Script. Have a good night, guys.